the era of social media and how much money you make, how famous are you, and what can you do for me era. In my opinion, this is why it's a lot of single people out there. I mean, not everybody thinks this way. Not all females think this way, man. But it's a reason why there's a high divorce rate, single rate, independent rate. Kill me with this independent shit. Females, no. No. It's not cool to be independent. It's cool if you could take care of yourself. If you happen to be independent or whatever, it's cool to not have to depend on nobody. But I think it's great and it's awesome, in my opinion, when you do have somebody. It's the best thing ever, man. The fuck are y'all doing? Stop trying to normalize being single and independent and shit like that's the new norm and that's the way to go and that's the shit. And no, some of these motherfuckers is lonely as at night. I'm telling you, if they go to bed at night, they sleeping. They wish somebody was right there. They wish somebody was cooking for them. They was cooking for somebody. Blase, blah. Trust me, it gets lonely sometimes. Damn, man, they front like that's the way to be. I ain't got to answer to nobody. I can do what I want. I can do it. Well, if you find the right relationship, you'll feel that same freedom, that same way. If you're in a relationship with the right person. Maybe that's just me, man. Maybe that's just me. But materialistic, money and materialistic shit done took over. Social media helped that, in my opinion. Let's listen to what this chick says. Oh, I got the light up. Take the time, the light went up. Take a puff.
Let him slip it?
Said, would you let him slip it? Look at my man. He's standing there ready, too. He ready like, yeah, what's up? What's up? Look, with the flannel board.
By accident?
Ah, he said by accident. They just being jokey and shit. Funny. Okay, that's cool.
I make too much money to let that shit happen.
What?
This is what I'll be doing. If I was my man right there, see, he laughing it off. If I'm my man right there, I'll be looking the fuck around like a motherfucker. They be like, what you looking for? I'm looking for that shit she talk about. What you mean, that shit? What are you talking about? I'm a human being. You talking about that shit? To let that shit happen? So just fuck my name. You ain't asking me my name. I'm not a man, a human being. I'm that shit. You make too much to let that shit happen, huh? Okay, bet you single than a motherfucker too.
How much money do you, how much money you make a year?
Like, what money got to do with anything? What the fuck money got to do with anything? You make too much money?
How much money you make a year?
30,000 a year.
How much?
30,000 a year.
You make $30,000 a year. 30. Sweetheart, you need somebody to help you pay fucking bills.
How much money you make at the end of the year?
I make $14,000 a month.
Woo!
I'm not impressed.
Oh, she lying. Oh, he makes what you make in 2 months. He makes that in 2 months. What you make a year, lady, he makes that in 2 months. $14K a month. $160,000 a year. 14 times 12 carried $168,000 a year, man. Huh? Huh? Right? Like $168,000 a year. He makes that in 2 months, but you calling him that shit to let that shit happen. And then she like, I'm not impressed. I bet you single than a motherfucker. And then you that girlfriend that you don't want the other girlfriends. Like her girlfriends that's in relationships, they men don't fuck with her. I guarantee you. I guarantee you they man be like, who you hanging out with? You hanging out with Isabella? You know I don't like you hanging out with her. Cause she ain't no good. Your friends' mans don't fuck want their girls hanging out with you, man. You bad influence.
¿Eso está
I
bien?
didn't ask you for your price, but I told you how much I make a month.
Good for you.
How do you make that in a month?
Déjale doy por
I
allá.
sell solar.
Solar?
Solar, yeah.
Look how she's staring at him. She's rethinking her whole fucking life. She's rethinking everything she said. She's tried to talk tough for the cameras, I believe, trying to act sassy because the lights of the cameras and shit. But look how she changed her whole shit. She reevaluated everything she just said. Yeah, he makes that in 2 months, sweetheart. What you make in a year, you make in 2 months. So that shit, you might want to reconsider because you're struggling to pay your bill. I ain't gonna say you're struggling, but you kind of, depending on how you might be struggling to pay your bills. He could take that stress right off of you. But that shit, you would never let that shit happen. Yes, you will. Look how you staring at him. Look how you staring at him.
That in a month.
Déjale doy por
I
allá.
sell solar.
Solar?
Solar, yeah.
So you make 14 grand a
gracias,
month.
bye.
She reevaluated her whole thought process about what she said to that nigga. Look at her. She falling in love, man. And she was so cocky. I make $30,000 a year. What? What is your job profession? Because you're being robbed, yo.
How much money you make a year?
30,000 a year.
How much?
30,000 a year.
She said it like with emphasis too. Like she getting some bread. 30,000. Well, sweetheart, he makes that in 2 months, okay?
How much money you make at the end of the year?
I make 14,000 a month.
I'm not impressed.
¿Eso está bien?
Lies. And the lie detector determined that was a lie, in my opinion. Look at her face, her whole shit. She like, shit. Fuck. Yeah. He hit her with the, I ain't asked you, was you impressed? Facts. I ain't asked you.
I didn't ask you for your price, but I told you how much I make a month.
Right. Right. Now take that shit.
Good for you.
How do you make that in a month?
Look, that good for you shit, that's the gut talking. She like, I done put my foot in my mouth. Fuck. She want to take that shit back. I done put my foot in my mouth. Ladies, hey, and that's the thing. See, all ladies, all females ain't like this. You know what I'm saying? But she represents a goddamn handful that thinks like this, and then they end up what? Backfiring, putting their foot in their fucking mouth, right? Right? Because now you showing your personality. You don't even deserve, in my opinion, you don't even deserve a nigga like that make that much. You don't, why do you deserve that? You just try to shit on a nigga. Why you deserve anything? You want to make it about money and material. So a man should look at you, and what if a man look at you and do the same thing? He should say, now what if he asked him, would you let her hit? And he looked at her and said, never. Not that shit. I make $14K a month. Now what if he judged you by you making $30K a year? I wonder how she would feel about that. Huh? How would you feel about that? If he told you that he would never touch that shit because you only make $30K a year. And he judged you about your money. Because your attitude stinks too. Your attitude stinks too. That's a shame, man. She's single. I guarantee you she's single. And she's not happy. I'm telling you, it's my opinion. She might be fucking the happiest person in the world, but I'm just going to jump out on a limb and say she's single, and with that attitude, she's going to remain single, and her friends that's in relationships are going to have to get the fuck away from her. They barely hang out with her. It's got to be a special occasion, unless they single. Nah, I'm just throwing some extra sauce on there though. But man, we got to come up with a different thinking process, man, than this shit. This is why we have so many failed relationships, in my opinion, and shit, man. I don't know. Y'all leave a comment, let me know about that, man. Did she put her foot in her mouth? She looked stupid, right? She looked crazy, right? Y'all leave a comment, let me know how y'all feel about that, man. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And I appreciate y'all rocking out with Fats TV, man. As we continue to grow the channel over here. Y'all can go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Just hit that subscribe button. Won't cost you $1. You know what I mean? And I'll holla. Peace and love.